Hopefully Wi-Fi doesn't crap out on me.
I think you should be fine.
Yeah. Okay, I think we are live. Check through my phone. Make sure it's
Why
live.
really gotta send my rendered PFP, bro?
Alright. So.
Whoa, how is Grandpa late again? What the fuck?
Nah, don't worry about him. He knows my content's too good. He knows how it be sometimes. Anyways. So, today, welcome everyone. We are going to be not reacting, but kind of reviewing and going over. I'm going to be reacting to episode Nagi Chapter 26, as well as Chapter 275. We'll be giving our thoughts, our theories, all this kind of stuff. What did you guys think of the chapter? We're going to get into this now. We're going to start with the new chapter of 275, and then we're going to go into episode Nagi.
Wait, hold on.
What's up?
Oh, you didn't have to pay for the chapter, you know that?
I bought the chapter before he released the scans.
Oh.
So I had them first.
Right.
I did not know he had them. I buy him anyways, just because he deletes the ones anyways. You'd have to buy them to get them again. So like, might as well.
Episode 90?
Yeah.
I have a website with all the chapters and stuff.
Yeah. Well, here we go. So we're gonna start on this chapter. We don't have the English scans, unfortunately. So and we don't even have the translation. So we're gonna be going off of the images and kind of just putting two and two together. If I get the English translations on here, awesome. If I don't, which I probably won't, then it's whatever. Whatever happens, what happens. So the chapter begins with Kiyori reacting to Charles's Rabona pass and Kunigami failing to get away from Zantetsu. The ball begins to drop over Kaiser, where we see Rin and Shido fighting for the ball. Rin decides, alright, this is the perfect shoot point. I can't worry about going and waiting for the ball to drop to where it's going to be between us, because then Shido's going to come in and take the ball. So Rin decides he's going to copy what Isagi did in the second selection and do a diagonal run towards the net. Shido's surprised and doesn't know how to react. Rin locks in on the ball and says, alright, if I hit the ball and I hit a bounding shot towards the top on the ground and hits the top corner, the goalkeeper, being Gagamaru, will not be able to react. But as he's about to get there, Sai's illusion appears and says that's too lukewarm. Rin begins to hesitate as Sai's illusion begins to insult him and he starts to doubt his own abilities. Sai's illusion continues to drill into him and drill into his insecurities. And Rin begs for someone to replace this illusion of Sai. And as he does that, Yoichi Isagi runs in and takes the place of Itoshi Sai. He says something along the lines of, I will also stake my life on it, let's do this number one. And Rin decides to focus on Isagi instead of focusing on Sai, as Isagi begins to rush towards Rin, and he can now use Metavision again, because Rin is now predictable. However, Rin goes back into his flow state and gets the unique eye design. Rin decides to rush towards Isagi in a desperate chance for him to, throw his life away at the sport. His aura begins to flush over him again, and both of them look excited, except Rin decides to take the initiative and launches himself into the air. He begins to jump himself into the air while Isagi is still running at him, and decides, alright, I'm staking my life on this one shot. And decides to hit an in-air volley curved shot, as he kicks the ball while Isagi still begins to run towards him. Isagi ends up tackling Rin, and the ball begins to curve around all of the players on the pitch and fly towards the net. Shido is still trying to catch up to where Rin is. Gagamaru says he cannot even react to what's happening. And as he says that, the ball flies directly into the net, scoring a goal for PXG. However, something happens after the goal. Rin is now bleeding from the nose and mouth. Unfortunate as it may be, the chapter ends with Rin saying, this feels amazing. So, with this, what did you guys think of the chapter?
Leo, you want to go first?
Shit, I'm lost. No, Fofo, you go.
This chapter, it was kind of overhyped because of the 22 pages, but when you look at the content that was in the chapter, not expecting the 22 pages, it was pretty good. I love how Rin just destroyed the purpose of Shido. Bro just bullied the heck out of him. And did he like directly chase his own pass? It's hard to tell from the raw.
What do you mean?
Like who kicks the ball in the air that he chases when he's about to
Charles
Charles.
kicks the ball, and Rin decides to diagonal rush towards it to get a start. Because if he waits, Shido is going to be able to go in and steal the ball from him since he's more flexible.
Oh, the ball was in the air the whole time. Okay, my fault. I thought
Yes.
it landed or something. Yeah, that is cool. I'm hearing these theories about Isagi getting red card for like hugging him, but
No,
it's like
no,
no, he's not gonna get a card.
he's not getting carded. But
You saw that shit Nico did to him and didn't get a yellow card? Hell no, chill.
what I think is interesting, and here's the thing: Trishula's saying my main problem with this so far is that Kaneshiro was really obvious. Well, obviously, Rin is the #1 player and has scored a goal in every game he's been in. He's gonna score another one. He's Isagi's direct rival. He's essentially like Nagi. He's another main character. To an extent, he's still the rival, but he's still gonna score a goal. It was just a matter of time of when. You have Shido and Rin on the pitch. Shido already scored a goal at the beginning of the game. Rin is gonna end up scoring again. Like, it's gonna happen. Same thing with Isagi scoring a goal in this game. Isagi and Kaiser were obviously gonna score a goal. It was just a matter of how it was gonna happen, right? Like, he was gonna score. I think that this was done. I really enjoyed it. I think the extra 2 pages added a lot more depth for like Rin. He's still destructive, but he's still thinking. He's not just complete impulse like Shido is. He still thinks about his plays. Like he was like, all right, if I wait, Shido's gonna take the ball. If I run over here, I have a chance to steal it and get a good shot while having this insane, like, new playstyle, right? It makes sense, right? And I get you. People are saying, like, oh, it's too predictable. But, like, it was going to happen anyways. Like, the Rin scoring was just not going to happen. And the thing is, like, and TDS says he hopes for a different direction. The next direction is the U20. The next arc that they could do is a third selection kind of match where they have the remaining blue lockers play against each other to find out their formations, to find out chemical reactions, who works best with who, stuff like that. But eventually, it's going to lead to another long tournament arc because you're going to get to the World Cup. You're going to have match after match after match after match right after another. Like, it's going to be tournament style. And that's not your thing, then why are you reading a soccer manga when the point of this is that they're going to go to a World Cup, which is a tournament-style arc? I don't know. What I think the complaining is that it's like, you're complaining that they're playing matches, they're playing soccer, that's the whole thing you signed up for. Like, there's not much more they can do. Like, I don't know. That's my thought on it.
Oh shoot. Leo, you wanna go? You haven't gone yet.
I don't really see much in this chapter, but yeah. I mean, it was very entertaining to like see Rin shoot while he was getting pushed. But
I don't know. I think it was a very interesting chapter. And with this, it leads into my theory that I'm going to be making a video on. And y'all can flame me if you want, but I think that after this game, it is going to result in Loki being crowned as the next new Gen 11. Right? And I know some people are like, what? He doesn't need it, right? Hear me out on this. What are the requirements for a new Gen 11 character? To be crowned as someone who is a new Gen 11, what are the requirements? Right? There are, I believe there's 4 or 5 that I have written down that are the requirements. So, that you have to be of an international youth player. So, being able to play soccer, right? Second requirement is to be selected by the president of the International Football Association, right? The third requirement is to be selected due to your individual abilities and potential, right? The fourth requirement is that you have to have outstanding abilities that separate you from your similarly aged peers, right? Examples of this, and the last requirement is that your sorry, I'm like sick still. But the last requirement is that your skill that crowns you as a new Gen 11 has to be not easily replicable. Right? There can't be a lot of people who can replicate your skill. Examples being Sai's perfect kicking technique and Kaiser's lightning fast and accurate shot. Doesn't mean they can't be replicated, it just means that that it's hard to. It can't be easily replicated. Not a lot of people can do it. Right? Loki checks off all of those boxes. The only one he doesn't is being selected. But this is where I think it comes in. Right? People are saying Loki is far above new Gen 11 level. There is no above new Gen 11 level. The new Gen 11 is a title. It's just a title to declare people who stand above their similarly aged peers. Does Loki, at 17, not stand above his similarly aged peers because he is a national player now? And he's still only 17. He fits all the requirements. He just hasn't been selected. And this is where I think it comes in, right? I think that with Rin getting injured like this, Loki is going to be subbed onto the pitch in his place. Right? I think that's what's going to happen. Because Rin is bleeding not just out of his nose, a nosebleed can be easily wiped off. He's bleeding out of his mouth as well. He could have had a mouth injury. He could have lost a tooth. We don't know. Probably not. But Rin already scored the goal. He has no other use except to challenge Isagi, and I think Loki himself would be a better challenge to Isagi, considering Loki was someone that Isagi had matched up against before and got completely destroyed by. Right? I think Loki's speed is not easily replicable. Not even Chigiri can match his speed. Current Chigiri does not compare to Loki's second selection speed. The World 5 match, he still doesn't compare. Right? And then you have all of the other... It's not easily replicable. It's stand out. Right? He's in the U20 category. Like, yeah, he plays for the France national team, but who's to say that he won't play for the U20 Cup? Like, just because he's playing for the national, he can still play for that cup. I did the research. I looked it up. You can still play for your national team and still play for the U20 World Cup. You can still do that. So who's to say he couldn't? And Sai, Kaiser, and Lorenzo all match Loki in those requirements. Right? And it wouldn't be a new Gen 12. Loki would just be one of those new Gen 11 characters. Maybe there's only 11 that are going to be listed. Like, we don't know how many there are confirmed. There's going to be 11, but maybe Loki is taking the place of one of them. Or Loki is just or maybe they're going to change the name from the New Generation World 11, or it's just going to be the New Generation World Players or something. Like, it's not a wild concept to say that Loki is going to get that title, and it would also set him up to be the next big bad for the next arc being the World Cup, which is where he would face off against BLUELOCK again. In this game, he subs on for Rin, seeing that Charles is now in an awakened state, willing to pass to Rin and be this individual guided by destruction and these instinctual passes. Gives him the perfect option for Loki, whose speed is insane. Who can, no matter where Charles passes, Loki can reach them. Loki scoring this goal would keep the rivalry between Isagi and Kaiser alive, as well as the rivalry between Isagi and Rin alive, because not one of the characters outdid the other, and if they did, it was easily matched. Right? And we've seen that players can get given this title very quickly. We saw Kaiser, who was like 14 or 15, begin playing football, playing soccer, and get given that title within 3 years. Because he was recruited by the president of the International Football Association before he was that president. He gained that title beforehand. So it's not far-fetched to say that Loki could get it as well. And it also added another aspect because we've never seen a character be crowned this title mid-series. It's always been characters who had this title. Sai, Lorenzo, and Kaiser, they all had the title when they were introduced. I'd like to see a character who was introduced without the title be given this title. I think it'd be interesting. And it sets precedent for the rest of the series. That's my thought. I think it makes sense. I think it works. And to say that Loki is above New Gen 11 level doesn't make sense. Because he might be better than the rest of the New Gen 11 characters, but the New Gen 11 is a title given to players who are going to be the next superstars of the next generation of football. Loki fits that description. Right? It makes sense. So that's what I think. What do you guys think on the theory?
I mean, it's very solid. Like, I mean, he was rambling on for like 4 or 5 minutes, but it's really good. Like, can you hear me properly? Where's my mic, bro?
I'm turning you up. Talk again.
Woman, talk. I mean, Leo, talk.
Why would it be interesting? It's the fact that, number one, it's adding a new aspect. It's adding more depth to the new Gen 11 characters because we've never seen, like, them actually be given the title. So it'd be interesting in that aspect of a character who didn't have that title when they were introduced, be given that title. What's the impact on it for the characters? That in one showing, despite everything that these other Blue Lockers have done, Loki in one play gave him that title, destroying all of these Blue Lockers. And because Noah is saying that these Blue Lockers need to challenge the world and get to that they're ready to go to the World Cup, this sets a precedent that they're still, like, there's still more they can reach. It still sets that bar even higher. Because people want to say that Isagi and Rin are new Gen 11 level. But if they get smoked by Loki, who then is given that title, it sets the bar even higher of where they have to go. And it adds more depth to that title itself, rather than just like, oh, it's they're already there. It's just a level. No, it's a title. It's a rank. It's something it's another goal that they can get to. Not just in terms of skill, but in terms of publicity and entertainment in the world of Blue Lock, because that's another thing. Fan service is a huge thing in the series. Right? Sure. And Loki, and TD, you say Loki is so much better than the new Gen 11. The new Gen 11 is not it's not like a skill level. Granted, it can be a skill level, but it's also a title. It's the title of the new Gen 11 at its core is a group of people who are going to be the next superstars of the of football, the next generation of superstars for football. That is what the new Gen 11 are at its core. They are better than the normal players because of the talents that fit them as the next superstars. Right? Like Kaiser, his lightning fast shot puts him above other characters in terms of striking ability. Sai's perfect kicking accuracy and perfect kicking technique puts him above midfielders in terms of being a midfielder, in terms of their quality and skill. Lorenzo's man marking and physique and zombie dribbling puts him above other defenders because of his technique and ability. But the new Gen 11 title is just a group of these, new Gen 11 is just a group of these characters who are at this exceedingly high level. And while Loki is a national player, he still fits all the requirements of a new Gen 11. And there's no reason why he shouldn't be given that title just because he's a current national player. Because he still can play for the U20 World Cup. He can still play for that. And he's not just a current superstar. PXG, their foundation, is about up-and-coming, rising superstars. That's why Loki's the captain of that team. Right? Like... And we don't know that he's the senior team of... It's just, he's the master of PXG. But Noah play... Doesn't Noah play for the France League? He was in France. He's just coaching Bastard M&uuml now. He's not playing on the same thing as Noah. As far as I'm aware, it's never been stated that he's playing with Noah, who is on the France national team. He's just currently coaching Bastard M&uuml. Right? Like... And the requirements, you have to have, like... He was in France. Ego said at the beginning of the series that he was in France. And he joined the French league. It's never been said that he has anyone from the German league that he's playing for. He's just playing in, the France league. Loki's never been stated to be on his team. He just plays for the France national team. But he's not the senior team of PXG. He's an up-and-coming rising superstar. Right? He's up-and-coming. Loki is an up-and-coming superstar. That's who he is. So I think it fits. And even if he's a current superstar, he's still under 20. So when Noah and Chris Prince and Snuffy, and they all age out because they retire, Loki, Kaiser, Sai, Lorenzo, they're going to be the next versions of those characters. Whether you say it or not, that's what they're gonna be. Like, it makes sense. In my eyes, it makes sense. With this explanation, it makes sense, right? I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with that. I'm sorry, I rambled a lot. I wanted to get this point out. Anyways, do we have anything else we want to talk about for this chapter before we move on to episode Nagi?
I just wanted to give some thoughts on your take. Yeah, I really believe that it's a perfect idea to set up the next big bad because everyone's saying, oh, it's going to be a wash for Japan. Like, Japan's just going to, like, breeze through the competition. And if, like, Rin has just scored this insane goal that takes on the world and everyone's saying he's new Gen 11 now. And then you have Loki just crush that play with an insanely better play and more proficient because Rin's play is very rational. Even Loki said he would bench him himself if he did that in an actual game. So for Loki to crush Isagi and Rin, people who were like the top two in the bidding system considered to be new Gen 11, it's very simple. And it would add a lot of lore to the title of new Gen 11, how it's crowned, because Saitoshi, like you said, he's been with the president of the Japan Football Union and the 4 other categories. Michel Kaiser has been with the FIFA president or whatever. And then Lorenzo, we don't know how he fitted all the checks. I know he's talent's worth, but I don't know his association with like the presidents and stuff. But yeah, those 4 guys definitely are new Gen 11s because of the 5 criterias. I like that point a lot.
Yeah. Leo, you got any points on that theory?
I mean, based on how new gen, how everyone gets it, I don't really know how much info I could put on that, but I mean, pretty much said all of it.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, with that, we can get into episode Nagi.
Hold up, wait, or anything else? The thing now with Isagi now is that is this the whole state he had the last chapter, and didn't it show it this chapter?
They did not show it this chapter, no.
Yeah, a lot of people were pissed because they're like, after showing Omnivision, the best thing Isagi could do was hug Rin. I know a lot of people were disappointed, but it's like Rin had to score. What did you expect Isagi to do?
No, yeah. I think it's like something like instinct, like Dragon Ball Z, like Ultra Instinct, like Goku couldn't keep it up for long. And let's say Isagi could only tap into it for like a second and predict Rin.
But he didn't keep it up for at all. Like, it just disappeared immediately. I want to know, like, what was the reason for having that if it was just going to go away instantly? You know?
The thing is, it shows that Rin was unpredictable.
But he was able to use Metavision again, so he was able to predict him. Like, he was able to figure out what he was going to do. Because he wasn't able to use Metavision before. Because he was like, oh, I can't predict anything he's about to do. And then just did.
I guess that's going to be revealed later.
Alright. So here is the chapter. I will share my screen with you guys right now. That way we can all see it.
I have not read this chapter.
I have not either. I haven't seen anything on this chapter yet. I've seen the summary, but I haven't seen anything, on this.
Visuals.
Yeah, visuals.
I already got it.
Alright, so let's start. So the chapter is called Speed and Dance. 12 hours earlier, Zantetsu and Chigiri are teaming up on Nagi and Burū. Zantetsu says, haha, nice shot. And Chigiri says, yeah, that was badass. Burū says, there are too many attack patterns we've got to fix though. Are you going to be able to use those in tomorrow's match? Nagi responds with saying, good point, it'll be hard to make this our main strategy. Chigiri says, okay, then this will be our secret weapon to change things up. Our Chigiri X Zantetsu projectile. Kodansha says, what are you planning? Aiki says, bring it on. Kiyora says, I'll take your challenge. And Kiyora says, restart, as Nagi passes the ball to Zantetsu. Zantetsu does his rigid running, and Otoya says he's going up the center instead of the side. And Otoya says, get him, Karasu. And Karasu says, don't worry, I see him. Karasu says, even if you change your method. Sorry, it's hard to see on this. Change your method, speed will only take you so far. Chigiri runs out from behind him, and Karasu says they've been running up the sides, but now they're doing a cross run up the middle. And Zantetsu says beast bust, and Chigiri says boost.
Oh, okay.
And then he says double wing boost.
Ooh, hold on. God damn.
Wait, go back. Oh shoot. Yo, okay. Damn. I like that
Boys
picture.
breaking the sound barrier.
Yeah. And it says, all
Double
right,
wing boost.
double wing boost. And they keep exchanging passes. And it says,
Wait, does
and
Chigiri have inverted eyes in that page?
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
Yep.
sorry to see it. Does he?
Yeah, he
Okay,
is, yep.
nice. That's wrong.
yeah.
So
Boards on attachment.
they say shave down their pass course and intercept it. Don't try to race them. Chigiri says, "You idiot! We don't need a pass course," and they pass upwards. And it says, "Force it the heck through special jets, dual activation," and they both blitz by Karasu on either side. Karasu can't stop them. Toya says, "I see. Even if they kick it carelessly, they have the speed to catch up." And they're chasing right after each other. And Otoya says, "But oh crap, I can't tell which one of them is gonna touch it as they're running right next to each other with insane speed." Nagi says, "Yeah, those two can pull it off. Top speed. It's a meat-headed tactic." Zantetsu says, "Local express bullet train." Judy says, "Go faster, go farther. This pattern was born from our totally different speed types. A heterogeneous hyperspeed chemical reaction." So this is fire. This is
so
fire.
What is Zantetsu's?
That's a bullet train. It's a bullet
Oh,
That's a
train.
bullet train.
That is hard. Someone, Ariel, you need to like.
I'm
color
gonna
this.
color that immediately. This is fire.
You know what's funny? They blitzed Karasu the same way Isagi and Kaiser did in the PXG game. Bro,
Mhm.
rest in peace, Karasu,
Exactly. This
bro.
is fire, bro. And I guarantee what's interesting is that we know that Chigiri's aura is gonna be pink, but Zantetsu really hasn't awakened his fully, so it'll probably be either he has.
It's gonna be gray.
So
gonna
it's
be
gonna be
gray.
silver. I thought it was gonna be like blue, but this is gonna be a nice
Yeah,
silver. That's fire,
Like his cover
honestly.
page, yeah.
Yo, manga colorists, come on, get this done. That's
Bro,
so
they both
fire.
have the inverted eyes too, bro. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, all right. Kiyora slides. Why does Kiyora look like Bachata here? But Kiyora says not yet as he slides in to try and take the ball. But Chigiri taps the ball to Zantetsu, and Aiki says no, I'll reach it. And Zantetsu says as if, and he says smash your princess as he chips the ball into the air. And Chigiri goes for a jumping volley and says, "I'm using your stupid shoulder as for a parkour shot."
Oh,
Yo,
parkour shot. Nah.
That
Nah.
dude.
That is tough.
This is why Chigiri the fucking go. Chigiri, alright, listen, I say this. People want to say he's overrated. Chigiri is one of the most underrated characters in the entire series.
He is so good, but he's not appreciated, bro.
He is not appreciated as much as... Yo, we have 50 people in here. Yo, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? Dude, this is so fucking fire. Chigiri is one of my favorite characters, and he is so underrated. He was the first S rank aside from Kunigami in the
And
NEL.
Kaiser.
And well, no, I'm talking from the Blue Lockers themselves. Like the Blue Lockers, Kunigami was the only S rank.
No, I think
Blue
no.
Lock originally.
Nagi as well.
No, but Chigiri got his stats and scored first. So I'm saying Chigiri's the first since we got hit the reveal of his first. But like,
Yeah.
this is fucking fire, man.
We only got Nagi's in the volume thing, even. That was after the match.
I gotta look back on this. I gotta look back on this a little bit. Like,
Chigiri jumps over Zantetsu and wait, who's and Kiyora. That's crazy,
dude, they
bro.
break
And
past
still has
Otoya
that
the
amount of
same
power.
way. Like, I didn't even notice they broke past him the exact. Like, they literally, dude, they literally crossed each other. So Chigiri's on this side, Zantetsu's on this side, and they said, "Nah, we're crossing," and they broke past on either direction.
Yo, what the hell? They
Oh, I
went off.
have it.
Nah, this
Like,
is peak.
Kiyora went in for the slide. Chigiri sent a pass to Zantetsu. So like Zantetsu lobbed the ball up and Chigiri went
Because look, they're
around
just
Zantetsu,
constantly zigzagging.
around you and one another.
Bro,
A
I need to stop
heterogeneous
reading these, bro. This is
hyperspeed
fun as
chemical
fuck.
reaction. Okay, what is this chemical reaction called? Because there's a lot of them. You have Planet Hotline, right? You have Galactic
Bullet cancer,
Performance.
bro.
You have
Bullet
fucking
cancer.
what is
Cancer
this called?
bullet?
Is it? Oh, we didn't even see half the page. It didn't even load. Look at this. It's double wing boost. I think that's what they're calling it. This page didn't even load, so we didn't even get to see this. It said, "Whoa, short range passes back and forth while at top speed." I guess it's damn, they're fast. Is that even possible? Calm down, you dweebs. They're just okay. How is Karasu marketed as 3 and Otoya as 4 after this performance? They are shredding them.
it's because they had more games to play with after, similar to like how Nagi was over.
No, but we
I'm
don't know
trying to-
that. We don't know that because they went up because they had their 3v3 match. Probably stole another player, stole Kiyora, stole anyone. Makes it 4v4. That makes the second match. This is their second. This would make this their second match. So then they lose.
Yes.
Go to back to
And then
3v3.
they
Do
play
another
some
one.
more.
World 5. They will only have 5 matches. Chigiri's had just as many in that instance. Chigiri would have had just as many. Like, and Chigiri
Yeah, but
in
for
every game.
Chigiri, if
Like,
Chigiri didn't do much in the first selection, is the only problem why he's probably not top 7. Because they count first and second selection after if you scored against the World 5. And
Yeah, I
Kaosu
think
and Otsuka
those,
had no
fair matchup.
competition, bro.
I don't know.
They
Anyways,
had no competition.
this
If
is
Chigiri
so
tried in the
fire.
first selection, bro, he would have been top 6 for sure.
This is so fire. Like, honestly, so fucking fire. I love the episode Nagi art so much. It's so clean.
It's
Episode
so
Nagi,
sad we're never gonna see this animated, bro.
It's so clean though. I love this shit so much. All right. Anyways, let's continue. So after the parkour shot, it scores a goal. 2 for Team White, 1 for Team Red. Zantetsu, Chigiri screams yeah, and Zantetsu says whitening speed. I wonder if his bullet train would be white, like a glowing white and silver. If it like a silver rather than a gray itself, but a silver like reflective metallic would be so fire. I don't know. Let's continue.
Bro, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go, bro.
Kiyora's frustrated. Agi says, how the hell did we stop that? Otoya says, did our green light to victory just turn yellow? Kodansha says, chill out, dumbass, look closer. To pull that goal off, they had to sprint the whole time. Its offensive power is nuts, but it's got to use up a ton of energy just to do once. You mean lightning speed? Oh, he meant lightning instead of whitening.
Yeah,
Here's
he
the-
meant lightning.
Carso with his big ass brain started thinking, bro, ah shit.
Alright. If they keep doing it, they're going to start to drag, so it's a double-edged sword. Nagi says, nice one, you two. How's your stamina? Can you keep going? And then he says, I'm on lactic acid elimination committee. And
I love this
Chidi says, I'm
fucking
fine, I
guy,
can do it a few
bro.
more times. And Karasu says, input complete. Interesting.
Ah, bro, that's the thing.
So we
That's
got
how
more.
Karasu destroyed Cheeto too, bro.
We got more, though.
It's gonna be
Don't
analysis.
worry. We got more.
But Karasu's not gonna score another goal. Wait, no, he has to score 1 because he has to be top 4, so they have to make him score. But Kiyora's gonna score 2 goals in this game. Damn, this is tough. Do you think
All right.
Bao's gonna score in this game?
Oh, yeah. I think Bala's going to score at least
How
one. I
many?
think Nagi scored 1, Chigiri scored 1, Bado scored 1.
I think
They're gonna
Bao
steal
scored
Kiyora.
2,
I think Nagi will score another, and then probably Chigiri or Zantetsu will score 1. So I think Nagi's scoring twice, no matter what.
Yeah, he will score twice. I'm thinking if Bao scores 1 or 2, because
I think it's first to 5, so I think
Yeah, it is.
I
Nagi
don't
will
think
score 2. Chigiri's already scored 1. Bao's definitely scoring 1. I don't know if he'll score 2
Atoya
because
scored
they'll-
one
I think
already.
not- I think
Bao's
Nagi will
gonna
score.
1.
I think Nagi will score
Kyora's gonna
hat-trick.
score 2 because Kiyora has to be the best player in this game to be taken.
You know, if Nagi scores a hat trick, that might just be like really like confirming why he
Yeah,
gets to top 6. Like Nagi was
That was
definitely
my
Nagi
prediction.
tied for gold top scorer with Bado in the first selection. Second selection, he was the only other person aside from Isagi to score against Reigen's first team. He also scored the majority of the goals against Bado, and then he and Nagi were able to score the majority of the goals in their 3v3. He beat out Reigen and scored a 2-stage fake volley, and then despite losing, he still cooked Hiragi with I think 3 goals. I think he got, or 2 goals. I think he got Bado and Chigiri.
Nagi got only 1. Oh wait, Bao got 2. Yeah, Bao got 2.
I don't know, but he
Nagi
already
got
scored 1
1
here, fucking doing a breakdance thing on Kiyora. But all right, let's continue. We have 56 people in here. Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you guys for
Why do
tuning
you
in.
have
All right.
so many Twitter tabs, bro, of Ryuga? What is this?
Because these were the chapters because I couldn't find.
Okay.
They weren't anywhere else for the leaks. So those you know. All right. So
the shit out of me, dude.
Karasu says, "Time for a change of tactics, guys. We're done underestimating them. Now it's our turn to strike." Karasu says, "An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Fight meatheads as meatheads."
Oh,
And
Aiki's gonna cook them.
Karasu passes the ball to Kiyora and says, "Okay." Nagi decides to rush in and mark Kiyora, and he says, "Hey there, Pipsqueak. I won't let you have a repeat of yesterday." And Kiyora says, "Okay." So Kiyora says, "How about a dance battle?" And he decides to
Did he
have
hold on. Did he
Kyora's weapons
spin
are
or did he like
no,
or
this
like
is just,
a step up?
no,
Can
this
someone
is
check
just
the stat?
this isn't a spin. This is just the thing on the field. He's just dragging
This
the
is him
ball.
dribbling. That's his dribbling the ball.
It
That's
just
him
has
Oh,
a,
oh,
dragging
it's
the
a
ball from
concise
one place
line.
to another.
All right.
No,
At
because
least
when
now
he
we have
said
a,
dance battle, I was like, about to break dance on this dude.
yeah. At least we get a final definition of what Kyora's confirmed weapons are, so I can do a Kyora arsenal. His nimble movements and unyielding balance. If I take the bait and charge in, I'm toast. And he breaks past immediately and says, too obvious, and he breaks past the other way. And Nagi says, what a fast switchback. His feet touch the ball so many times that it's hard to read his next move. Kiyora says, is this all you've got, you sluggish beanpole? And Nagi says, facing him one-on-one, I can't stop him even if I know what's happening. Burū comes in and says, keep him covered, you pain man. I'll crush you, you curly little shit.
Why
And
does he
Burū-
look like Bachira, bro? You know what
He-
Bachira was cooking
No,
up?
honestly, it wouldn't be too much of a surprise to say that if Kiyora went to Barcha, he would have learned Jinga just like Bachira.
He would have. I people want me to do a Kiyora to Barcha video, bro, because of that shit. Him and Bachira are the same cloth, bro.
Like, I think Kiyora should have gone to Barcha. He might have Jinga right now. Like, he's doing the motions. Like, he's doing what Bachira is doing. He has so many options. He's just touching the ball so many times.
Right, and it's not like he's doing reactive dribbling. He makes sure that you do it, and even if you know what's happening, like Kunagami with Bachira, he's still gonna get past you.
Well, no,
It's
actually,
Genga
no. He's the opposite of Bachira. Bachira doesn't even touch. He just touches it once, but the ball never leaves his foot. Like, he just hold.
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
he's holding the
true.
ball there. But Kiyora is touching the ball so many times. It's a feint.
Okay, I got you now. So it's kind of the opposite of Ginga, but still very effective. Because Ginga,
Yeah,
you don't touch the ball.
Yeah, I honestly, I want to see. I really wanted them to do this part in a movie. I want to know what they would do for like this kind of thing. I would love to have him have like Brazilian funk playing, like some really intense Brazilian funk. No, seriously. Imagine how cool it'd be to see him just cooking everybody with. All right, imagine the edits. All right, Bato rushes in and says, "I'll crush you, you curly little shit." And Nagi says, "Bato, nice." Now it's 2-on-1. And Kiyora says, "Just try it." You block-headed gorilla as he begins to balance the ball while keeping himself on his hands and starts sliding and breakdancing.
Is bro starting to
Why
break?
can't he
And-
do this against EXP?
And he
bro?
hits
This
something
is
called
so
a
hard.
twister pass.
What is that?
Wait, okay.
So the motions, he gets knocked over by, which honestly, this is good. He's doing what Rin did. He's using his center of gravity to kind of let himself get onto his hands. And he's keeping his control in his hands and he's tapping the ball up. He slides himself underneath it and kicks the ball up, forming himself like
You
a
know why he
twister.
can
Like
do
he
this?
slides around and spins to kick the ball over.
He did this
Although-
against Nagi too.
although what's
in
a
the
little-
1v1.
Yeah, but what's weird is that it's called the twister pass. It's not a really unique pass. It's just a quick, like, see, the initiation's cool, but the actual pass is just a quick top over.
No, the reason why he said twister because his hand. Look at his left hand.
He twists his hand
Yeah.
mid thing.
No, Oh, I think he faced the other direction, like twist
Yeah.
his body to pass it.
Yeah, he's getting, like, I don't know, how is his hand not dislocated? Like, look at that. If you turn your head, it's...
Small
Here's the
people
thing.
can do that pretty easily. and
You
not
can
gonna
say
lie.
whatever you want about Kiyora now, but current Kiyora mid as fuck.
I
don't give a
know.
fuck what you want to say. Current Kiyora.
Kyora's
ass.
not doing this against the greats. He's not doing
Kyora's-
that against like.
Why? Okay, listen. Nagi even said Kiyora's weapons are his nimble movements and unyielding balance. The only feat he has in the NEL is a pass, which isn't anything about his weapons. For instance, this pass is the only thing relevant to current Kiyora. So they still ask, but whatever. All right, he sends a pass, and Bato says, "What the hell is that move?" And Nagi says, "For real, he's breakdancing." Aiki says, "Nice break, Kyorin. Here I go. Time for the last dance in front of the goal box. Let's see what this guy can do." So Atoya is slipping past Chigiri, and Karasu's using his assassin technique to hold up Zantetsu. Atoya says, "What's wrong, Speedster? You're not as quick as before." And Aiki says, "Atoya or Karasu?" And Karasu says, "Out of fuel, Goggleman, your speed's dropping, you dumbass." And Aiki says, "Which one should I pick?" "Just kidding, it's going over there." And he sends it a pass all the way over past both of them, all the way to Kiyora, who's breaking past both Baro and Nagi. Kiyora says, okay, and Baro says, not gonna happen. I'll catch him. And Kiyora hits them with the grounder backspin accelerating shot. Okay.
What the
So
fuck?
I take back everything I just said. The backspin is his unique shooting technique. Because he just hit the
I think he was
backspin
going to shoot
accelerating shot.
I think he was going to shoot in PXG game, but luck just came on Kaiser's side and bounced back.
No, he was gonna pass it.
The backspin is his unique technique. Because of how many times he touches the ball, he can send that backspin at the last second. Like, he can keep such a good balance that no matter where he is, he can hit a good pass. Or any style that he wants. Right. His backspin pass. Our backspin shot is just his thing. It's not just... We already know his confirmed weapons. His nimbility and his insane balance. But this is his unique shooting thing. Like, his unique, kicking technique. His unique passing. His kicking technique. Yeah. His kicking technique revolves around backspin. Yeah, at least as far as we're aware. Backspin accelerating shot. Now he says Kiyora can do more than just dribble as he scores a goal, which this looks identical to his pass. The same kind of style. Identical. And it flies upwards.
I love how it spins right past the goalkeeper too.
It spins and it goes right up.
It's so cool.
Alright, now he says his core, his feet, his shooting, all of it leverages his short stature. A grounder specialist utility player. So he's like the opposite of Aryu, who doesn't use his long legs and height to keep the air to maintain the air battles. Kiyora keeps the ground battles. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess I have to forfeit my Kiyora hate video.
Yo, when's the chapter that Nagi and Kiyora does a 1v1? Because Nagi understands why he's so good at the balance thing.
I think it's 3 chapters back. Kiyora needs to become Kaiser's midfielder and send Ness to the back rooms. Ness is still better than Kiyora. Ness is still 92 overall. He's just as good as Nagi in terms of stats.
93, yeah.
Is nimbility not a word? I thought nimbility was a word. Am I making this up? Am I stupid? Nimbility is a word. Ha, I'm not making up words. I'm just more educated than you are. Suck it. What's this, huh? What's that? Nimbility definition and meaning. Huh? You guys gotta stop reading BLUELOCK and pick up a dictionary.
Your dictionary is BLUELOCK. They're learning words with Karasu. Dumbass, you dunce.
Is this going to foreshadow Kiyora's next play in the NEL? He's got nothing in the NEL. He's got... What do you want him to do? What do you think he's gonna do?
This is the problem with most fans. Like, they see episode 9 again and they're like, okay, they should be able to do it here. This is second and first selection. They're facing people who are better than them. Just because they were good then doesn't mean they compare. It's like a Shido, like you've been saying. Shido is good in first selection, but he's not comparing to them because everyone's getting better.
Yeah, listen, Trishula, suck it. You took it all back. Boom. You got. Anyways, so he's a grounder specialist utility player. All right, Kodansha says, all right, we're tied. Time for the second half, dumbasses. You won't beat us if you don't use your brains. You can't rely on just physical abilities, you comic relief muscle brains. And Baro says, who are you calling comic relief? And Zantetsu says, they know our plan. And Chigiri says, shut up, Zantetsu. Zantet's stupid. And Nagi says, we've got brains too, you know. We may not be clever, but we've got imagination. And Nagi says, imagination, huh? Then can you imagine that he's on the verge of breaking, and they show Chigiri.
Oh shit! Oh, bro, when I first read, when I saw that,
leg, bro, he can't handle it. He's bluffing.
Where am I reading the new episode Nagi Chapter? I'm reading it on K Manga. I'll post the links to them after the stream. I think you'll have to purchase them, but you can still go to
manga, right?
Still go to Twitter and go to Shadow's Twitter. You'll see the scans.
Post them on the Discord. Just post them on the Discord, bro.
There's so many separate links. I'll post them on the Discord when it's done.
Post them on the damn Discord. Trying to make 250 members here, brother.
Hey, yeah. By the way, we just hit 200. Thank you guys for joining the Discord. If you want, join it now. Fire. We got tons of events that go on there. updates on chapters, everything. Get first to know about anything going on. But this leads to a lot of interesting stuff, right? So the first thing that's interesting, right, is Kiyora, right?
Yeah.
He's very offensive, like he's very midfieldery, but he hasn't really played midfielder. He's sent a pass, yeah, but he in this match alone was where he's supposed to, be displaying his abilities. He doesn't. What is he really gonna do? Like, I don't think his pass to Kaiser is gonna, allow him to survive against like Raichi or Hiyori, whose bids are already 20 million.
20 mil, but
That
that's
pass-
not gonna.
If you want to say that pass is equal to 20 million, which is the same as Hiyori's entire performance, where he was able to out-dribble Lorenzo and Nico and send a winning pass to Isagi that let them cook and defeat Ubers, that's fine.
That's true.
But what about Hiyori's current performance?
Hiyori's
Stopping
getting
Charles.
like an insane. He's gonna
Hiyori's
be at,
probably
like,
getting.
60 or 70 mil.
Hiyori will
70
probably
mil,
go to like 40.
minimum.
I'm thinking like 47.
60.
I'm thinking like 47.
But wait, bro, he's played the whole game this time and done a better job. So he's gonna get like.
Well, he's
at least
blocked. He's blocked Charles a couple times. He's stopped Charles a couple times, but he's also gotten stopped by Charles a couple times. And then he doesn't even get the assist technically because Kunigami got it. Kunigami technically gets the assist, but he's still sent the pass over there and broke past 3 people, including Kodansha, Zantetsu, and Nanase. So he's still probably going up to 47. But what about Raichi? I don't think he gets past Raichi. Like, I don't think he gets, even if he does, I think Raichi's current performance is going to put him above that. Like, Raichi.
So Zantetsu's gonna be above him too.
Raichi's already, and Zantetsu too for getting Shido free. Like, I don't know how Kiyora survives.
Tokimitsu can go home. Realistically, if Tokimitsu doesn't do anything with Loki, he can go home, bro. I don't care.
Chigiri getting a leg cramp would be interesting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, his injury, although he's faster than Zantetsu and probably has a better stamina, that leg cramp will mess him up because he's going overdrive with Zantetsu.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. He wouldn't. I don't think. Here's the problem. I don't think he'd get an injury though, because like when we see him in the second after like the second selection thing, he's still fine. Like if he gets an injury here,
bro, it doesn't have to be a long-term injury.
Well, I know, but like if he gets a cramp, that would have showed some kind of like. How is that going to affect him in the World 5 game? Like you can't go into the World 5 game being worried and being anxious, and then lose, and then come out of the World 5 game being confident as fuck, like he was after when the second selection teams were shown. Like there's levels to it. Like, can you imagine that he's on the verge of breaking? I don't think that he's
breaking his cramp. Like he just plays through the cramp. That might give him confidence. I don't know.
Well, no, because we already got a leg cramp in the U20 game.
Oh fuck yeah, damn.
So it all comes down to what do we know that they're going to do that's gonna happen because of the U20 game? But what do we know previously that hasn't happened? We gotta kind of just fill in the blank. Like we have that little blank spot between U20 and right now.
He's had a leg cramp.
Can you imagine that he's on the verge of... It wouldn't be another mental breakdown. Like he wouldn't rechain his ego. None of that would happen.
No.
Chigiri's stamina isn't the best. Yeah, but when he says he's on the verge of breaking, like breaking doesn't sound like he's running out of steam. You would have said, can you imagine that he's on the verge of running on empty? Something like that. On the verge of breaking seems more ominous. Like it references his leg, and they show Chigiri. Like it's gonna be something.
It's gonna be a leg because even Karasu says about Zantetsu and what's his name, Chigiri, that they're on running low on stamina. So obviously they know that, but Aiki knows something more about the leg or something. Does Aiki have a history of Chigiri? No.
Not that we know of.
That would be fucking cool though, because the Rainama people are like bitches, and then Aiki another bitch in Chigiri's life. Chigiri just has all the pieces of shit in his life. Would be funny, bro.
No, I know you can't play through a leg. You're not gonna be. I mean, he got pulled off the team in the U20 game just because he had a leg cramp, and he was done. Like Isagi had to like, dude, I'm gonna help you stretch, but you gotta walk off the pitch, and he helped him walk off. Like, there's levels.
To keep confident, like you said, after facing the World 5, because they're gonna get 5-0. So my question is, what do you think is gonna keep Chigiri confident?
I think. Hear me out. I think it's less of him breaking and more of him becoming useless. This hyperspeed chemical reaction only works because Zantetsu and him can cross their speed and make it, harder to predict who's going to do it because they both are even. But I think what's going to happen is that Aiki seems to be mirroring Chigiri. Like, in all the instances in this match, he seems to be matching his exact movements.
Right.
I think what's going to happen is that, sorry, I'm still a little sick, that he is going to mirror everything Chigiri does. So anytime he tries to, run past him, he's just going to get right in his way. And he's going to make his speed useless. And I think it gets further exemplified in the U20 match because of... But not in the World 5 match because he plays against Loki, who's also an insane speedster, right?
Oh,
and it also be
he hasn't been able to do anything.
Listen. It also be why he goes to Nchen City and he says that he wants his speed to be tested because in all instances he relies so much on his speed because it's his core weapon, yes, but he needs to find ways to get out of those poor situations, like where someone is mirroring him to where he can't run to where he wants to. And like he was able to lean into that in the U20 match because Aiku was coming from the side, but Chigiri was able to keep that right side. No one was in front of him. No one could stop him. So that's why he was able to get past Aiku. But he needs he needs the training to find ways who can effectively mark him as well. Deal with that. I don't know.
Right. Because even Darai, if you put Darai on him, he would have probably not mirrored him, but like tested him. Wait, no, never mind. Fuck that. Damn,
but Atoya had Atoya on lockdown, which is what was the issue there.
So I feel like Darai could lock down Chigiri as well if Chigiri was on that part. Do you think Darai would have been able to mirror him because he was basically finding shadows? Or I don't know how Darai works, but
maybe there's some kind of showing in Chigiri's like facial features when they're talking, like. Is there something?
No, go to the page where him and Zantetsu are saying, "Can we go a few more times?" I think that Chigiri didn't look so hyper. I don't know. When was it?
I think it was before. Yeah, it was on the previous one.
I think I don't know if he had a face or not. I'm just trying to see. No, he still looks hype here.
Oh no! What the fuck? Bring it back. Here we go. How's your stamina? I'm fine. I can do it a few more times. ... Huh.
But yeah,
Kiyora's playstyle is kind of dangerous because he's planting his hands on the ground. If they get crushed, he's fucked. And I don't know if it technically be a foul at that point or like a card or anything because he's putting his hands on the ground, like of his own accord. Like he's doing this deliberately. It's not like he fell and then someone stepped on him. He's purposely putting his hands on the ground, type thing. Maybe that's why he was training against Igaguri. Like we can see from his playstyle that Igaguri's good at drawing fouls, right? So maybe Kiyora's trying to break past him without drawing fouls.
Did you not make a video on this, or was this just a private conversation between me and you?
No, I made a video on what I think Kiyora's, like, the fate of Kiyora and Igaguri is going to be for PXG. But I mentioned it slightly, but I think this kind of just confirms it here even more.
Got you. Because I remember you talking about this.
What do I think?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
About Kiyora, about Kiyora for one, about the entire situation of like Chigiri's leg, I guess, is kind of what's getting brought up. So what are your thoughts?
Kiyora is fine. I mean, his dribbling style is like sick. I mean, I don't know about the whole hand placement thing because I think he uses his hands to like spin on his head or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he just uses his hands, like. Hold up. Give me a second.
When do the episode Nagi chapters come out? They release every month. It's usually it's usually within or right after the first week. So usually within the first week we get the summary and we get like the teaser, and then usually that beginning of the second week at latest is usually when we get them. It's just kind of how it is. But
do you think we're going to see something with Burū and Nagi? I think it's too early for that, but what?
No, I don't think so. I think Nagi and Burū just aren't willing
They're
to
not
work together.
compatible, which makes me love their rivalry so much.
Yeah, I'm all right. So everyone, I'm posting the chapter for episode Nagi in the Discord. If you want to go join it, I believe the link should be in the description of this live stream. If it isn't, let me add that right now.
Your Anime Express link is there.
Oh
Arial
yeah, let's
10.
talk about that. So, Anime Express. If you guys want to, support your boy on websites where you can get some awesome BLUELOCK stuff, because on Anime Express, the link in the description of this stream, you can get some BLUELOCK U20 jerseys before season 2 comes out. You got a month. Now's your chance. Order them. You use my discount code Arrow10. It saves you 10% off your entire purchase, and your boy profits a little bit from it, which means I can make better videos for you guys because I can upgrade my stuff and dedicate more time to this. So, you guys want to do me a favor? You guys want to do yourself a favor? Go pick them up. They got some awesome BLUELOCK stuff for the next season. Use my code at checkout, saves you 10%. Do it. If Bato and Shido were put in a room together, what do you think they would talk about?
Girls.
I don't think they talk at all.
How about
If they do,
cool girls?
I don't think they talk at all. And if they do talk, it's an argument.
Yeah, because Chigiri said I would hate to be in the same school with Bao as they wouldn't get along for sure. Bao and Nagi, what are they talking about is the question.
Chapter 26, part 1. That's where that is. And then I'm going to do the chapter ping again. BLUELOCK episode 26, part 2.
When
And
the
there's
starting America, I'm buying the heck out of that.
there you go. So now both parts are in our Discord. You want to go read them for yourself? Go read them there. It's the best place to be. Ah, we got 2 people. Aha, it worked.
Let's go. I told you. Never give the actual people. You gotta promote.
But anyways, what is your favorite panel from the chapter?
It's hard. It's between the Panther and the bullet train or the parkour short. Well,
Stop
the double
pulling
green shot
up
was
at-
cool, but it's one of those two.
I think this is my favorite.
This is the hypest one. It's like the Bao and Chigiri one.
Yeah, I think if to answer the question about Bato and them, I think if Bato and Shido were put into the room to each other, they would argue about their ego. Like, they both kind of think of it as a way for living and shit, but like in the same way that Shido does it because it's his passion, and Bato does it because he's the king. I think they debate about which of their egos is better.
Right.
In terms of anything else, I feel. This sound weird. I feel like Shido is. It's gonna sound weird. I think he's like weirdly like clean. Like I feel like they talk about cleanliness. The only time we see Shido that's not in BLUELOCK or on the pitch, he's taking a bubble bath. And his hair looks like it's back and stuff. Like he looks like he's taking decent care of himself. I think they might talk about cleanliness.
Yeah, he likes to look sexy
Or-
in his own way.
Or I could see them talking about movies or manga because I feel like they also have very similar types in terms of movies and manga in terms of enjoyment. That's just my thought though.
Yeah, they like murder stuff a lot. A lot of murder stuff. Yeah.
No, I think Shido's favorite anime is like Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, it's Chainsaw
Yeah,
Man.
exactly. And I forget Bao's.
I guarantee you Shido's been enjoying the most recent chapters of Chainsaw Man. I guarantee you.
my days.
I guarantee
when,
it.
Zenki busted a nut, bro.
They talk about hair gel. Their hairs are always fucking spiky as hell.
And they also have the coolest lean back hair when they take care of themselves, like when they're showering and stuff.
I also think that Bato talking to Shido was how he found out about the hair dye. He's like, "Oh, you dye your hair too? I'm gonna do that."
I don't think Shido
because PXG played the Ubers, and when we know that people are allowed to like visit people's. I feel like Shido would have gone to taunt Bao for not playing or something. Or Bao would have just seen Shido's game against Ubers and say, "Hey, that's cool."
Right. Anyways, anything we want to talk about for the stream, or we want to just call it because we've hit an hour. Usually, how long these streams go for. We didn't have a lot for the 275 simply because this was definitely the priority for one, and you know, everyone had already seen the chapter. We don't even have the English scans yet. So, anyone have anything they want to talk about before the stream ends? Any
Bow's
kind of
favorite
remarks?
movie is Batman, bro. Dark Knight.
What?
Bow's
Yeah,
favorite movie
I
is The Dark.
I can see that. I can totally see
No,
Wonder
that.
he got.
I actually just
No wonder
researched.
he got Black Lightning.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to talk about chapter 276. Do you think we're gonna get a lot of subs or just Loki subbing in for win? Because I feel like the game is gonna change entirely.
I think
I
Noah
think-
will sub himself.
I think Yuki's gonna
No,
sub
it
on.
doesn't.
I think Yuki
No,
Miya's gonna sub on for somebody because he's definitely one of the faster characters on Blue Lock, on
Yeah.
Bastard M&uuml, and having Loki on, Yuki Miya's gonna need to be there for some speed pressure and speed control. He might sub out Raichi, just because speed is what's gonna be the matter here, not stamina.
I think Kiyora should go on the midfield for Raichi's place and then have Yukimiya sub in there. Or Nero can come in for Corona because Corona's kind of
Well,
predictable.
because Kyora's being a side back, same as like Corona was a while ago. And I think if you take Raichi out and plays Yukimiya as defensive midfielder, give him the chance to still go up but still defend against Loki and such. And yeah, and I think then Loki subbing in for Rain, and then the chapter will end on kickoff. Stand ashamed, Kiyora, you are mid. Me?
Yes.
Currently, yes.
Yes.
Now, like in episode Nagi, not so much. I had to pause my Kiyora hate video because I was gonna say he's ass, and now we see this, and he's not that ass. Except he's still ass currently, but he's not ass overall. His overall performance ain't ass. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys don't have anything else to mention, I think this is where we can call the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys did enjoy it for what it was. Had a lot of fun reading this chapter. I might want to start doing these blind chapter reads because I really enjoyed it a lot.
Fun as fuck, bro. Especially episode Nagi.
Yeah, I might want to start doing blind chapter reads for episode Nagi. I can't do them for the main series just because of content wise, but episode Nagi I can definitely do it. For streams. I hope you guys did enjoy the stream, and we will see you guys probably next Sunday for another chapter stream because I don't think there's a break week.
I
don't know.
didn't by now.